And now, and this is just within the last few minutes or so, the woman at the center of the 1955 kidnapping and lynching of Emmitt Till has died. Carolyn Bryant Donham accused the 14-year-old of whistling at her and making sexual advances. Bryant's then husband and his half-brother were charged with Till's gruesome murder in Mississippi. The two men were acquitted and later confessed to the killing. A grand jury in Mississippi declined to indict Bryant Donham on charges of kidnapping and manslaughter in connection with Till's death in 2022. Bryant Donham was 88 years old.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
Before I start this video, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to say is going to be pretty graphic. It's going to offend some people. But in this case, I don't give a damn. Because this has to be said. And you know, the reality is that if YouTube decided to demonetize my video on this, it is what it is. But this has to be said. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. This woman, Carolyn Bryant Donham, decades ago, a boy named Emmitt Till, 14 years old, was accused of whistling at a white woman. Now, basically, he wasn't even from Mississippi. He was originally from Chicago, and he visited one of his family members in Mississippi. But then this racist piece of crap had the audacity of not only knowing that her husband and her brother-in-law I'm going to try to get my emotions in check first. She told her husband that he's whistling at her, talking about Emmitt Till. And if you don't know the story about Emmitt Till, he has an issue with whistling out of nervousness. Out of nowhere. Her husband and the brother-in-law has decided to go to Emmitt Till's family's home and try to kidnap Emmitt Till. He didn't try, they did kidnap them. Beat him, mutilated him. I'm trying to hold my anger. They deleted, and we're living in rephrase, they lynched that boy. And all these decades, when they finally got them in custody, I'm talking about her husband and her brother-in-law. They finally got him in custody, and don't you know, about a week later, they let these people go? That's in Mississippi in 1955. 55! And they had no idea what the Till family went through. All these years, even his mother, during the Civil Rights era. And then decades later, the Till family was trying to find Carolyn Bryant to seek justice. They even had an arrest warrant for her which they claiming they couldn't find until the Till family found it. Found an arrest warrant for her. Don't you know they decided, well, it's statute of limitations and she's too old to be arrested? Really? Really? This woman has got away with Emmitt Till's murder for decades. Decades. And basically, the system refused to even charge this woman or get justice for the Emmitt Till's family. She lived her life. Carolyn Bryant Donham lived her life before she was 88 years old. She lived her damn life. But what about Emmitt Till's life, huh? What about his life at 14? When her husband and her brother-in-law lynched him, he couldn't go to his, the family he couldn't go to his prom. The family couldn't go to his graduation, go to college, get married, have a family. Emmitt Till did not have his chances, his opportunities, because you bastards decided to kill him over a damn whistling. Or allegedly he was whistling. And don't you know that decades later, she admitted she lied about the situation? Just to get Emmitt Till killed. And the system protected her. The criminal justice system protected this. Let me calm down. The system protected her. And then when they finally found Carolyn Bryant Donham, her son got mad because they don't want her, they don't want them on TV. They don't want them on cameras. Oh well. She lived her life. She was remarried, had a family once again. But Emmitt Till, he would never live his life. Because y'all lynched him at 14 years old. Emmitt Till's mother's been suffering through that time. And I don't care what you guys say about this. She admitted she lied about what Emmitt did to her while she whistling at her. She lied. And she's still free. And she's still living her life. While Emmitt Till's family is still suffering. Because he will not live at 14, live for his life. At least with Carolyn Bryant Donham, she died peacefully. Emmitt Till was lynched, mutilated. He was murdered. And the criminal justice system let her go every single time. And I don't want to hear, well, she's too old to be arrested and blah, blah, blah. Well, Bill Cosby been arrested, was accused of SA at women, which turns out half of the victims were lying. but he still got convicted for it. And then all of a sudden, y'all still put this woman under a pedestal. What makes it so sad, ladies and gentlemen, is that all this time, and I know she says that she had cancer, and again, like I said before, at least she died at her home peacefully, while Emmitt Till was brutally lynched. Lynched. That's so evil to the core. And the criminal justice system still protected her, even before her death. It turns out that they found her in Louisiana. But all these years, she enjoyed her life. She was remarried. She had kids, having grandkids. She lived her life. But Emmitt Till never got a chance to live his. I want to say something worse about her, but I'd rather keep it to myself. I blame the system for allowing this woman for decades to let her walk after she admits she was lying, after she was involved in the death of Emmitt Till. And you let this woman walk for decades. She hadn't even been charged. They allow her to go from state to state, so the Till family won't get her. Even with an arrest warrant, an old arrest warrant that's still good to use, they still say no. We're not going to allow you to arrest her. She died peacefully when Emmitt Till didn't give a chance to live his life. He died in a violent, evil, despicable death in the hands of her husband and her brother-in-law over a lie. Y'all think about that. Let me know what you think about in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next video. This is Lions and signing off. Deuces.